Hi guys, this is my needs assessment project. My name is Alex Abate. I did my assessment on the mental health needs of homeless youth. The purpose was to investigate needs in all the areas of service surrounding youth and their mental health concerns. I really wanted to get an idea of how we could better serve homeless youth when it comes to mental health. The presentation will be centered around the assessment process, what I found during my interviews, and recommendations for social service organizations to improve the care that they provide to youth that's centered around mental health. The presentation will also include the distribution process of findings and reflections that I had from the process. Data collection procedures. So I interviewed 3 different individuals that work in the social services realm or field in the city of St. Louis. All my interviews were conducted via telephone, and I recorded them so I could listen to them back later and really get a clear understanding of what each person told me. Also, one person was a pediatric social worker. The other person was the clinical director at a local youth homeless shelter. And the third person was an employee at a youth wellness clinic. I chose these different people on purpose because they work with the youth in different capacities and kind of have different perspectives that I feel like would be beneficial in understanding the complete picture and the complete process surrounding how we can improve mental health for homeless youth. To the findings. One of the key findings is that youth that are experiencing mental health challenges and that are homeless do not have access to good health care, which can be a barrier for them. They either cannot get there or don't have insurance or don't have the money to pay for the mental health care that they need. And so that can be a barrier for them. And also, they do not have support systems in place that are knowledgeable about mental health. And so because of that, that's just another barrier for them. They're not being encouraged by their family members or close friends to explore their mental health. Continuing with the findings, youth in this group are resilient and resourceful. Every person that I talked to stated that the youth they encounter are strong and are problem solvers and really have an attitude of surviving, which is great. And I thought that was good to hear that and know that these young people really are really working hard just to kind of move forward and live their lives. Additional needs for this population include an addition of mental health services. Specifically, 2 of the 3 people that I talked to mentioned having more inpatient care for young people that are suffering from mental health. A lot of times these individuals are shuffled around or given medication and then discharged from hospitals, but both individuals that mentioned more inpatient mental health services really stated that we need to address the problem through having that resource available so that they can really address the depth of what's going on and not just the surface and the outside or what you might see at first glance. So really having inpatient mental health services for homeless youth where they can really get a good idea of what's going on and understand the issues. More about findings. There's definitely a stigma surrounding mental health. All 3 people that I talked to stated that, especially within the African American community, the young people are told that their mental health doesn't matter, and that it's a weakness to show signs of struggling in mental health areas. And so because of that, the young people, especially the homeless young people that are seen, really are minimizing their mental health and not seeing it as important. So because of that, they don't talk about it, they don't express their feelings, and that is definitely not a good, that's not a good quality to have. And another finding that I had was that mental health is manifested as anger, depression, and suicidal ideation. So just really understanding how mental health struggles can show out in daily activity to better be able to recognize it. Recommendations. One of the recommendations I have for the youth organizations is to have more mental health psychiatry services set up for the young people, and that's both in-house and be able to refer people out. So have a psychiatrist on staff at these mental health places, organizations, to be able to assess the youth, but also do a better job of referring people out to services that they can use. These same organizations should increase the amount of outreach they're doing in order to connect young homeless people to mental health services. So just really hitting the ground and telling people about mental health services that do exist. I feel like a lot of the young people and people I interviewed shared this. A lot of young transient and homeless youth don't know that mental health services are out there for them. Organizations that serve this population should be better trained on how mental health struggles manifest through daily behavior, so they're able to treat and address issues in the proper manner. As far as getting this out there to others, emails will be sent out with 3 key findings to each interviewee, and I'll also include 3 recommendations. I'll also send out the PowerPoint as an attachment presentation. Reflections. Key factors of success were the variety of people I interviewed and the honesty of the interviewees. And barriers, sometimes it was hard to get a hold of people, and it was really tough to think of quality questions to be able to ask for the assessment. The 2 things that I learned, the importance of interviewing multiple people was really, really important. It allowed me to get multiple thoughts on the process and get a clear picture of what's going on. And I also learned the importance of having a backup plan and being persistent. When I was not able to get a hold of someone initially, I had to really schedule another time to conduct the interview and really work hard to get everything collected and schedule time and really make sure everybody was available. I had to be persistent. All right, thank you.